even on the day, on the way to the red carpet, we're in the limo, just to wind her up, I said, oh, I'm going to start off with a funny little one-liner, just an old-fashioned joke. She went, oh, what? I said, what did the deaf, dumb and blind orphan get for Christmas? And Jane went, I don't know. I said, cancer.
Ricky Gervais isn't here to make you comfortable. He's here to remind us that laughter often lives in the unexpected. Buckle up for a taste of his sharp, unfiltered humor that cuts as deep as it amuses.
Socrates said that fame is the perfume of heroic deeds. Fame is the perfume of heroic deeds. Well, it probably was back then. There was no Heat magazine and Big Brother. You actually had to do something to become famous. You were a great scholar or a leader of men. And all the way through history, that was the case. 500 years ago, the most famous man on the planet was Leonardo da Vinci because of all the great things he did. He was a painter. He was an inventor. Oh, go on, mate. Sorry. I can't do one-on-one. It's a big place. In a much smaller room, I'd still ignore you, cunt. Shush.
Leonardo da Vinci must be rolling in his grave watching influencers get millions for lip-syncing. Ricky exposes the hollow core of today's celebrity culture, and he does it with a smirk that dares you to disagree. Hate tweets are the currency of the outrage economy, but Ricky isn't cashing in. Watch as he turns an attempt to cut him down into comedy gold.
I fell back in love with stand-up on my last tour, Humanity. I played arenas around the world. Netflix bought it for a record amount. It was the most watched special of the year. I thought, everyone loves me now. Everyone loves me now. Then I got this tweet. Real tweet. Call yourself a comedian? He knows I do. Literally says the word in my Twitter bio. Call yourself a comedian? You're about as funny as... Now, I thought he was going to go for the jugular and say Miranda, or... Come on. Come on, guys. Don't... I'm joking. Right. Call yourself a comedian, you're about as funny as a fart at a baby's funeral. He was trying to hurt my feelings. But his big mistake was choosing something that would be fucking hilarious. As if that would... A fart at a baby's funeral. Big echoey church. Everyone just silently sobbing like that. Tiny little coffin, tiny little coffin. And someone farts, you'd laugh. Even if it was your baby. You know, no. If you're at the funeral, it's been dead a week, do you know what I mean? You're probably up for a giggle. Particularly if you're the father. If you're the mother, you probably still find it hard seeing the funny side of things.
They say words hurt, but Gervais proves that only if you let them. A fart at a baby's funeral? It's an image so irreverent, yet so real, that you have to admire his refusal to bow to delicate sensibilities. And yes, he's still funnier than your average canceled comedian. In today's culture, there are sacred cows you don't touch. But Ricky doesn't just touch them, he tips them over with both hands. Here's his take on the outrage surrounding his trans jokes.
But I'm a considered comedian. I like my jokes to be accurate and my targets to be fair. So I was engaging these people. I was saying, why is it transphobic? And they were saying, it's about a trans person. I said, well, that's ridiculous. That's like saying a joke about Bill Cosby is automatically racist. It depends on the joke. But I was talking to them, I'm willing to learn, and I found out my crime was that I dead-named her. Now, I'd never heard that term, you know, before a day after the Golden Globes, and that was saying her old name, and even acknowledging that she used to be a man. But she did. I saw him on the Olympic Games. It was decathlon, it was in everything. He was all over the place. Shot put and pole vault. He won a medal. He was famous. He was on telly all the time. But, you know, a big, famous man with a huge... I don't know, but I mean, I'm guessing he probably... He's a big... But I've learnt my lesson. Now, I'd never dead name her now. Now I know it's wrong. I'd never dead name her now. But, like, years ago, when, you know, she was a man... that was years ago, I'm saying, right? And she went to the doctor, right? And and knocked on the door, and the doctor went, "Come in." This is years ago. I was saying, I'd never dead name her now, but this is like a flashback before anyone... Do you know what so, like, come in, and he went, "Hello, Bruce Jenner," because that was his name then. The doctor, you know, this was years ago, and the doctor went, "Oh, I'm Bruce Jenner, you big old... How you doing, boy, you fucker? How you doing? You big old lunt. Oh, how you doing, boy? Come here, you fucker. How you doing, Brucey boy? You all right? Right? And Bruce Jenner, because that was his name, this is years ago, right? So Bruce Jenner went, "Yeah, doctor. Yeah, not too bad, doctor, yeah. Not too bad, right?" And I was like, "What can I do for you, Bruce?" "Yeah, fucker. How you doing, boy?" And Bruce Jenner went, because that was his name. Bruce Jenner went, "Look at that." And they went, "Oh, come on, Bruce Jenner, you know the rules." He uses his whole name every time for some reason. I don't know why. "Come on, Bruce Jenner, you fucker, you know the rules. You can't bring your big old pole vaulting pole in here, mate, you know." And Bruce Jenner went, "No, that's not my pole vaulting pole, that's my enormous penis." And I thought, "Oh, right, yeah, seeing as it is your penis, you can bring it in here. But you should have left your shot puts outside." And Bruce Jenner went, that was his name for 58 years, I think. He went, "No, they're not my shot puts, they're my enormous testicles. That's where I get my testosterone and my spunk and shit," right? And the doctor went, "Oh, yeah, that makes perfect. I am a medical man, and that you're a big bloke." "Oh, you fucker. How you doing, boy? You're a big... You're big, and you would have a big old cock and balls. They're beautiful. That bit familiar, isn't it?" And I go, "No, but you must be very proud of them, Bruce." And Bruce Jenner went, "Oh, this is going to surprise you, doctor. I want to get rid of them." And the doctor went, "What? Why?" "Oh, they get in the way." "Get in the way of what?" "Fucking driving, for one thing."
Ricky's message is clear. Context matters, and jokes don't automatically become phobic just because they touch on sensitive topics. He walks the razor's edge, proving that comedy is meant to be raw, uncomfortable, and honest. If that stings, maybe it should.
I went to school with this guy, right? He was a div kid. No, he was. I talk about him on my other two stand-up shows. His name was David Beasley. He's the one that said, if you get captured by cannibals, when they're cooking you in the pot, they show you pornographic pictures so you get an erection and there's more meat to go round. Oh. But he told me a very funny story as well. There was a scandal in this sort of neighbourhood. A guy a few doors away from him that was older than him, an older boy, had got done for lewd behaviour. He was cottaging. He was a gay guy. And he'd gone down to this public toilet in Cemetery Junction, which is an area of Reading. And he'd gone into this cubicle, got the hole there, and he was waiting. People were coming in and out. He waited for ages, and eventually someone came in, heard rustling. Cock comes through. Ooh. He grabbed it. They can't get away then. I guess. I've never tried it. He sucked him off. What do you think he was going to do? Play London's Burning? Of course. This dental floss is big. Of course it's going to. So, he got him. He sucked him off. And when they both went outside, it was his dad. Oh. All the Colgate in the world would never get rid of that, would it? Oh. I don't know if you're affected by the volcanic ash cloud, but I had friends that were stuck all over the world and they missed weddings and funerals and they had to put themselves up in a hotel for extra days that they hadn't budgeted for, and they couldn't get their money back because the airlines were saying, no, we can't pay you because the insurance companies won't pay us because they're saying it's an act of God. Well, what isn't an act of God? No, if you believe in God, that's sort of a definition of him, isn't it? That he does everything. Isn't that right? Everything is an act of him. He's all-powerful. He's everywhere at once. He invented everything. There was nothing before him. He invented time, everything. He's across it all, OK? He doesn't miss a trick, and he's not absent-minded. A volcano going off isn't like him going, fuck, I left the oven on. You know, it's... And who are these insurance companies that can decide what is and isn't an act of God? How do they know, OK? Have they got a hotline to God? They call him up, do they? Ring, 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 ring. Hello? Could I speak to God, please? Speaking. Oh, I didn't think you'd answer the phone yourself. What do you want? Oh, that volcanic ash cloud. Was that you? Yeah. Yes, that was an act of me, all right. So I shouldn't pay out. No, don't fucking pay him a penny, son. No. Brilliant, brilliant. While I've got you here, did you make a tree fall on Steve Baxter's car? There's a lot of Steve Baxters. Steve Baxter, 2 Acacia Road, Hounslow. It happened at 2:15 on the 3rd of June this year. 2:15, 3rd of June. No, that wasn't me. I was in Africa that day giving AIDS to babies. He does everything. He does everything. Now, you're not to know this, but I am usually in my pyjamas by 6 p.m. I come home from work, the telly goes on, the pyjamas go on. Even if there's company, it's, you know what I mean, my house, my rules, pyjamas on. And if we've got, you know, relatives round, Jane says, oh, not the ones with the holes in, that's all she asks. Do you know what I mean? You don't need your mother-in-law, when you bend over, it's like the last chicken in the window going, he's got a tumour. You know what I mean? It's just, no. But you don't want to throw them away. The pyjamas, they get nicer with age. They get soft, don't they? And they fit you just right. No one's going to see them. I actually invented a game with an old pair of pyjamas with a hole in them. No, you know when it gets sort of really thin and the guy, then suddenly a little hole appears. You get like a 1/4 inch sort of hole. And when blokes are watching telly, we sort of doodle. Do you know what I mean? I don't know why. It's sort of like a comfort thing. I think it's anthropological. I think chimps do it. Not on me, on them. I don't. No good to me, they haven't got opposable thumbs or anything, so... I've never tried to get a chimp to wank me off, so let's nip that one in the bud. And I discovered, right, that if I pulled out miscellaneous bits of skin, right... No, could be a bit of scrotal sac, could be a hint of foreskin. You only put it out 1/2 inch, you've got to guess which... It's called offal Jim Jam. No. And you just pull it out, just 1/2 inch, right? And you turn to your girlfriend and you go, offal Jim Jam, cock or ball? It might be genius.
There's no reincarnation, no ghost, no heaven, I believe. People can't get over that. People quiz me on Twitter when they find out I'm an atheist. They go, what, you don't believe in God at all? I go, no. Do you pray? I go, no. They go, why don't you pray just in case there's a God? And I say, why do you put garlic over your door just in case there's a Dracula? Right? And I've got no problem with praying, you know? I know loads of nice Christians and Muslims and Jews, and if one of my family is very ill, they always say, oh, I'll pray for them. And I always say, oh, thanks very much, because it's a nice gesture. If they said, oh, we also cancelled the chemotherapy, I go, don't do that, don't do that. Pray, fill your boots, son, but let's do the praying and the chemotherapy, shall we? Because that's the same result as just the chemotherapy. So let's definitely keep that one, shall we? I got in trouble talking about praying on Twitter once. Do you remember a few years ago that terrible disaster in Oklahoma, the hurricane? People lost their lives and their livelihood, and I donated to the Red Cross, and I tweeted about it with a link saying you can donate here too, trying to help them with their drive. And one of those sort of frivolous entertainment magazines from America, their account tweeted this thing. It really annoyed me. They tweeted, Beyonce and Rihanna send prayers to Oklahoma. And I tweeted back going, oh, I feel like a cunt, I only sent money. Someone tweeted me once, would you come to the bedside of a dying child and tell them there's no heaven? I tweeted back, is it a paid gig? I prefer dogs, obviously. Dogs are better people than people, aren't they? They're amazing dogs. They're our best friends. They guard us. They guide us. There's medical detection dogs that can smell if you've got, like, AIDS. I'm not a doctor, but their noses are, like, 1,000 times more sensitive than ours. So they sort of go, "Poor, you're well HIV." Fuck, you know that. And you go, "You can smell AIDS on someone?" "Yeah. Yeah." "Then why didn't you smell it on the bloke I brought home last night then, you fucking idiot?" They did the first 3 billion years by themselves, evolution and all that. And then we got involved and we did a bit of selective breeding, you know, getting them how we wanted them to do jobs for us, you know, a bit more of that, a bit stronger, faster, whatever. And they're great at the jobs they're bred to do, and they love the job they're bred to do because they're genetically hardwired to love that behaviour anyway. Although the Rhodesian Ridgeback was bred to hunt lions, and I can't help but think that was a little bit of a shock to it when it found out. So we did all the breeding, all the different pedigrees, all thousands, all the miles around, a big passing out parade. There's a bloke in a square with a white coat and a clipboard, and he goes, "Right, dogs." And they all go, What? Who wants to know what jobs they've got?" We all do. Right. "Okay, Labradors." "Yeah." "Do you like carefully bringing back dead ducks?" "Yeah." "That's your job. Amazing. That is amazing. That is my favourite job. That is my favourite job." "Jack Russells." "Yeah." "Do you like shooting down rabbit holes after..." "Yeah." "That's your job. Fucking hell, best day ever. Best day ever." "Miniature poodles." "Yeah." "Do you like being carried around by elderly homosexuals?" "Yeah." "That's your job. That's your job." Ridgebacks. "Yo. You're hunting lions." "What?" "You're hunting lions." "Fuck off." "Yeah, you are." "No, we're not." "Lions? We get fucking mashed. Why can't the Rottweilers hunt lions?" "They're shaking babies." "Good boy. Good boy. You shake that baby if you want. Good boy." Cheers.
You either laugh or gasp, but that's the point. In a world where everyone plays it safe, Ricky's the reminder that comedy isn't meant to coddle, it's meant to provoke, shock, and sometimes make you question your own reactions. If you enjoyed this journey through Ricky's unapologetic humor, don't forget to like the video and subscribe for more sharp takes and fearless comedy clips. It helps keep the laughter going.